So me and Jaylon Smith are in a really weird place right now, and me and his tenure, we're in a very weird place. And I just want to make sure I'm hydrated for this one. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I'm hydrated. So I just want to pour me up a little beverage, a tasty beverage while we at it. You know? Jaylon Smith had a weird combination of things to happen to him last year. In terms of, I don't think his coaches helped him out a lot. I don't think he helped himself too much. And a bunch of just surrounding variables that just kind of put Jaylon in weird spots, you know. Sometimes when your defense is looking bad, you know, Jaylon got a lot of captain in him, you know. Just a whole bunch of captain in him. What you mean by captain, coach? Well, in a way that, yo, man, we need to make plays. Somebody has got to make a play. I'm willing to play hero ball just for the sake of making a play. I'm talking about Jaylon Smith right here. And sometimes, and ain't nothing wrong with that because I like leader ball. Like, I like, you know what I'm saying? Like this over committing like this. Like, hold on, this over committing like this. Take a look at Jaylon Smith right here, right? I'm glad we kind of got it displayed. Jaylon Smith is going to be in the middle of your screen right here. You can't miss him. He's the one with the dreads, right? That over committing like that, I like it. I like that a little bit. You know, it's a heads up play. But was that his responsibility? Was that his gap to fill necessarily? I don't think so. But he made a play, so it's cool. There's a lot of times in Jaylon Smith's tenure to where he'll overcommit to a play because he'll get a read, but he'll lack patience. But since he's playing, you know, that brand of hero ball, like Sean Lee figured it out really well. Sean Lee figured out how to be first and have patience, you know? Or at least in Sean Lee's prime, I would say. I think Jaylon is really good at reading keys. Vander Esch is too. So they get to a lot of plays early, but sometimes they'll wash themselves out of position. To where if you would have just filled your gap, you would have made the play. Or there wouldn't have been a big play to start with, right? For example, take a look at this right here, right? Jaylon Smith is filling his gap right now. Take a look at Jaylon Smith. He's filling his gap. Perfect. Filling your gap, Jaylon Smith. And you know, to be fair, what kind of help was, well, I was about to say Christian Covington kind of held up right there, but you know, he ended up getting smoked in the end. But hey, that did help. But we're probably gonna touch on the middle later. But hey, filling your gap, cool. Now, what if Jaylon would have just saw the running back going in this direction and he hit C gap pretty heavy? Or he played the cutback lane that's not his responsibility. Jaylon has done that before, you know? But if you just kind of like play your assignment, then you good, Jaylon. So could that be Jaylon needing faith in the guys around him? Possibly. That could be the case. But if I'm Jaylon Smith, there are some times where he looked around and he saw Darian Thompson behind him. He saw Joe Thomas next to him, or, you know, Sean Lee next to him. He looked and saw Christian Covington and Tristan Hill in front of him. So maybe he didn't think that, maybe he didn't think that his surrounding cast of characters were in a good place to complete the job if he didn't. So maybe sometimes he would overcompensate at times. I think that's a real life thing. I think that's a real life thing for Jaylon Smith, right? Now, we automatically get an upgrade in Dontari Poe, right? Dontari Poe, big 330 ass just in the middle. I think that's going to be good for us. If you Jaylon Smith and you got Dontari Poe in the middle, you probably feel a little better about not having offensive linemen climbing to try to block you. Because if they leave that block too early, then Dontari Poe gets a one-on-one block and he gets to eat. He get to eat tater chips at that point. You know what I'm saying? But if they're double teaming Dontari and they come off Dontari late because he's such a 330-pound presence in the middle and Jaylon Smith gets to run free, then maybe Jaylon will stick to his assignment a little bit more. It's possible. It's possible. But you can scour the film and see plenty of situations, plenty of examples of Jaylon Smith kind of, ending up in the wrong gap, overcommitting. He had, he'll get to a certain spot and see it, and then he got to plant his foot and turn. But we know Jaylon Smith ain't the best at planting his foot and turning. You know what I mean? Take a sip of water on that. Interesting thing about Jaylon Smith as of late is this recent this recent thing about him playing like Sam linebacker. I'm not interested in Jaylon Smith playing Sam linebacker. I'm not really in a rush to move him around a little bit. I just kind of want to see what Jaylon Smith looks like with a new surrounding, with new coaches in front of him. You know what I mean? I just kind of see what I would like to see what Jaylon looks like in that situation. Because to be fair, we wasn't talking about him playing Sam the year before last. It's just that, when you lose, you just start to look for answers. And if you ain't got many answers, you say, well, maybe Jaylon Smith should play Sam. Well, this team doesn't really play a whole bunch of Sam. Will the next team play a whole bunch of Sam? We'll have to see. Probably not. I don't think there's a lot of defenses in next gen National Football League that's going to play a lot of Sam linebackers. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think Jaylon is pretty good at Mike, man. I think he's good to go where he's at. Pretty good run right there, man. I think he's good to go where he's at, man. And sure, of course, Jaylon is better moving forward. But just don't put Jaylon in a situation where he got to go like super backwards. Just keep him where he's at in a situation where he gets to move forward. Because I tell you what, I don't want Van Der Esch at Mike. I don't want Van Der Esch playing Mike linebacker. And then if somebody else comes in to play Mike linebacker, I don't want to take Jaylon off the field just because he plays Sam. You know what I mean? So if you move one spot, then all the other spots get moved around, and that's kind of going to get a little weird for you. You know what I mean? But I think Jaylon Smith, breath of fresh air, new coach, new system, and a 330-pound one tech in front of him, I think he's going to be a different looking dude as I take a sip of water. I think he's going to be a different looking dude. I don't know. Can't say for sure. But if he had a little more confidence in the guys around him to where he had to play a little less hero ball. If you look back at 2018 Jaylon Smith, Jaylon didn't play a lot of hero ball in 2018. He just kind of ran to the football and just played his role. He ran and he played his role. Oh, Sean Lee on the field, you get to tell me where to go? Cool, Sean Lee, tell me where to go. And Sean will tell him to play, and he'll just run and play his role. But when you give Jaylon a little more control to be a wild man out there, I think he'll give you that. I don't think we're a better team with Jaylon Smith being a wild man. I think we're better with him. I hate this cover three look. I think we'll be better with him just kind of playing his technique and doing what he got to do. Joe Thomas right next to him. As Sam linebacker right now. You know what I mean? Does he feel great about that? Christian Covington and A guy right now. Does he feel great about that? I know he feels good on D-Law's side. That's fun, but I don't know, man. It's a lot of conversation to be had, though. I'm not willing to just up and say Jaylon Smith is a bad player or that he shouldn't have gotten paid. That's very I Am Legend Monster way of thinking. I'm not here to think in that way. I don't want to put that on Jaylon so far. But I do think with a change of scenery, he'll be a lot better, if that makes sense. I kind of want to know y'all thoughts, but sometimes I don't really be wanting to know y'all's thoughts for real, because I know I'm going to get a lot of interesting thoughts. But the problem is when I ignore those thoughts just to scream at somebody that got some weird thoughts, right? Like if I get 300 comments, 298 of them will be fantastic comments. But two of them will be like, one will be Jaylon Smith is bad and the other one will be we should pay Dak. And I would skip over the 298 good comments just to get to those bad ones. Just to have that conversation with y'all. So maybe I can be a little better at that, but I don't know. I want Jaylon Smith and Van Der Esch to get back to being that cutthroat pair they was. You know what I mean? I kind of want those guys to go back to being those guys, because when they're those guys, we ain't got to worry about linebacker. Remember 2018? Yeah, 2018, and we just felt like we didn't have to worry about linebacker because we was cool with old Van Der Esch and Jaylon Smith. I want to get back to those days, man. Those days were fun. So like I said, we're gonna get a whole new put y'all hand down. Put y'all hand down. What y'all looking for a flag for? Shut up. we gonna be in a situation next year. We're not gonna run that vanilla cover 3 stuff, man. We're actually going to disguise a lot of things, and even if we keep Jaylon Smith at Mike, I would like to blitz Jaylon Smith a lot more. Y'all say he's better moving forward. Cool. Let's keep him as a 20 backer, as a Mike backer, and just let him move forward. Y'all suck. Y'all suck, man. Quit being soft. Yeah, and we'll just use him moving forward from his regular spot, and we'll keep playing nickel with Trevon Diggs and, at the nickel spot. That's just how I feel. I don't know. But sure, y'all tell me how you feel, man. We'll see what happens, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I don't know how long this video is. I felt like I was going to talk for a long time, but I feel like I didn't really talk very, very long. So I don't know. We'll see once this thing is edited up. But y'all follow me on Twitter, VOCHLONBARDI, and y'all like the video, hit the sub button. Appreciate all my patrons and my Cash App people, PayPal people. Shouts out to my merch gang people. Y'all are very much so appreciated. And hey man, till next time, bro. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski. Let's take a look at Jaylon Smith. Let's see what Jaylon Smith do on this play. Let's see what Jaylon Smith do on this play. Yeah, he kind of hobbling around. Boy, that knee still ain't 100%. All right, y'all. Peace.